I'm Lily and this is Andrew.
Alright, so now we're going to show you how to take that line that we marked in the last video, and we're going to show you how to drop the line down using a bottom weight and how to tie off the line at your desired depth, and then after that how to pull it back up using both a system of Carabiners and with the new Molchanovs system, the pulley system, which is really quite handy. It makes everything a lot easier, and how to put the line back into your float nicely so that doesn't get all tangled up. This is a simple system. I also have the Molchanovs system, which I'll show you later, which is a lot handier, but the most basic and inexpensive setup is with two Carabiners. So they're attached on the bottom of the float. I have this steel D-clip to hook the Carabiners on, and then this rope here is just a safety. I have it tied to the float just in case this were to fall off. It's still going to be attached to the float. In here at the end of the line, you can see I just tied it off on a small little rope that goes through the bottom of the float. That way, if we're dropping the weight and it takes off on us and we don't stop it before the end of the rope, we're not gonna lose the whole system. It's gonna get stuck on this extra tie off. So that's just an additional safety. Okay, so now we're gonna load up our bottom weight straps. So you need about 20 pounds. So here we have 20 pounds on our bottom weight strap. You just feed it through the one side. Okay, and back up through the other side. There we go. Okay, so we have the weights feeded through the strap. So now what you want to do is you want to take this end, go up through the clip, go back through the other side, and then you want to lock it off by going back around and through the first side. That locks it off. So now those weights aren't going anywhere. Okay, so we're going to put this Carabiner through the strap. You always want to be putting any fibers connected with steel. You don't want to be connecting fibers with fibers. They're going to wear out over time. Okay, so for the bottom of our rope, we want to tie a bowline. And to tie a bowline, you pinch the rope with your index finger above it, then you fold it over to create a loop. So there's our loop. Now with this, we want to go through the Carabiner, up through our hole that we made, and then around the back end, and back through our hole. And then you tighten it up. That's a bowline. That's really nice and solid. The tail end you can just tie off a few times. Tie off as an extra safety on the rope. It really shouldn't need this, but it just makes it a little bit more clean. Whatever, that's good enough. Cool, so that rope's not going anywhere and it's really easy. Like even after pulling on this really hard, after a long dive session, it's really easy to undo this. The tail end, these safety knots just come off no problem, and then to undo this, you just have to pull back on the knot like that. Comes out really nice and easy. Just like that. Cool. And how the saying goes is that the rabbit comes out of its hole, goes around the tree, sees the fox, gets scared, goes back into its hole, runs away. There you go. Tighten it up, and then you just tie off the tail end. Nice and strong. That's not going anywhere. Cool. There's your bowline. With this Carabiner, we hook it on the bottom end here. So when handling the line, you always want to make sure that the gate with the bottom weight is closed. This one always stays closed. You never open this one because that has your weights on the line. So that one always stays closed. When you want to drop the weights, you only open the top one here. And then drop off the bottom carabiner. And then that will go down. Once you have the line drop down to your desired depth, in this case 25 meters, then what you want to do is you want to take the line in your hand and you want to loop it around like that and then feed it through like that. And now this you're just going to hook on the open carabiner and lock it off. So that there now has your line set to 25 meters. You're always going to be diving with a buddy anyways, so you'll always have two people to handle the line pulling it up. So what you want to do, you might be wondering why I'm laying down like this. You want to get your weight on top of the float and have buoyancy working for you. And then all you want to do, instead of pulling the line up like this with your biceps, you'll get really, really tired doing that after a while. What you want to do is you just want to lean into it. So you want to keep your arms relatively straight. You don't want to be bending at your elbows, and reach down like this, and then just tilt with your hips like this, and then grab on there like this. And now your buddy is going to be taking this slack and just swimming it out of the way. That way no one's getting tangled. So just up, 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 up until you get all the way up. So then after you do that and you get all the way, all of the way up, then you're gonna want to hook the bottom weight back on the carabiner, and you're gonna want to hook it back up on the carabiner, undo this knot that you had tying it off at your depth, like that. So now don't forget to lock the carabiner up again so nothing slips. And all you're going to do now is simply feed the line on top of itself. See this? I'm not putting the line in any particular pattern. You can daisy chain it, but if you daisy chain it wrong, then it's going to be a huge problem trying to deal with when you're setting the line next time. I've always found when you just put the line on top of itself, when you're dropping it next time, it just pulls off the top, and I've never ever had problems with it. And when you're in the water, what I like to do actually is I like to put my elbow resting on the float, and I just quickly so my weight's up here, just feed it through, and we're at the candy cane and the tennis ball. There we go. Everything's in, zipper back up, and you're ready to swim it back to shore. What we have here is the Molchanovs Pulley system for handling your line. It's really, really nice because it's taking a lot of the weight of the bottom weight off. And when you pull it up, if you let go, it locks it off there, so you don't always have to have a hand holding onto it. So now it has a little diagram here of how to set it up with your line. This is the end of the line. It's going to be tied off on the top of the float, and then as you see here, it all goes down, and at the bottom is our bottom weight. So what we're going to do is we're going to feed the line that's going to be tied up on the top of our float up here, and just simply like that. And now this end I'm just going to quickly tie off here on my safety. I just like to use a bowline for this. The same knot that we use to tie off our bottom weight. There we go. Okay. Good, and now we just run the Molchanovs system down. Now that we have the Molchanovs all the way fed through to all the way to our bottom, our tennis ball, what you do is you hook this ring here through your carabiner on the top of your float. So So we stick that through there, lock it off, of course. And now what we have is, so this way goes up to the top of our float, this way goes to our bottom weight. So that's how it looks when it's all set up. You see, I don't have it tied off, it's just locking off in the system here from the weight, from the bottom weight. So if I pull down on this end now, what's gonna happen is the weight's gonna drop. See that? Damaging the floor. And then to pull it back up, it's really nice and easy. All you have to do is come on this side and pull it like that. It's really nice, you can just pull, and when you let go, the weight of the bottom weight just makes this little guy here clasp onto the line. It clamps up, and you don't have to always keep a hand on to hold it and make sure that your weight doesn't just drop back down, losing all the progress that you just made. When you're in the water, it's really nice. You can put your foot here and you can just use your whole body weight to pull up the line. You don't get tired at all. Once you have it all the way pulled up, it locks off again. I don't even have to hold it.